Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another beer mail unboxing video with me, Peter the Master of Hoppets, with a box of beer all the way from the States in a beer trade with Joe from Joe's Arcade on YouTube. We did a trade and this box finally made its way here, so thanks a ton to Joe. If you don't know Joe already, guys, please check him out. He is one of the greater, in my mind, or better new YouTube beer reviews. He's been on the YouTube doing beer reviews for I don't know how long. Probably more so, like a little more than a year or 2 years max. It's got a great little unique setting with his arcade machines in the background. And then he also reviews all the whales. So that's always fun to watch because a lot of the stuff is stuff you can't get a hold of. But we ended up getting in talks about doing a trade because Cantillon stuff was released not too long ago. Fufun and Lou Pepe Creek, Frambois. And yeah, I was in chats with him and said it'd be cool to see what you think of these beers, and he said, well, I have some great beers I'd love to see your thoughts on too, so let's do this. Joe was very kind to send out extremely quickly. Like, it was crazy, dude, so thanks a ton. But what often happens, or not often, rarely happens, but sometimes it does with these beer trading things, postage shit gets like crazy. So first of all, we ran into an accident with the box in the States. It disappeared. Nothing. And Joe got in contact with the post office. They couldn't find anything and blah, blah, blah. And it went like 2 weeks. And all of a sudden it popped up again. 2 days and then it was in Denmark. What happens when it arrived in Denmark? Boom, customs. And usually like it slips either through or there's like a proper note where you can see values and shit. But that apparently got torn off when it was lost. So, or not made properly, or I don't know, by the post office in the States. So, I got called up by the post office, and then we had to go through this another 2-week almost process of having to tell them the value of the beers and whatnot, because they wanted receipts, and we had to tell them you can't really just get receipts like that because these are beers from other trades and whatnot. And on top of that, I just opened the box and I could see that they did not repack the beers properly after opening in customs. So a couple of the canned beer in here are crushed. Fuck's sake. Stroke of bad luck for this beer mail, I tell you. But the main beers look okay, which is the 2 beers we traded for, or 2, there's a few more, but it's a mix of hoppy stuff, it's some sour stuff, and some dark beer too, and then some secret or bonus stuff that Joe said he'd add. But let's see here. There's a little note. Boy, maybe I don't know if this is, yeah, actually it took over a month for this package to get here, but since it's been cold outside, I think it's okay with the IPAs and whatnot. Hoping they haven't been like pasteurized, but it says here, Peter, I pray for all the beer makes it to you in one piece. Almost. But that's not your fault, dude. You bomb-proof this motherfucking package. It's the post people. But, and then the Galaxy Bowl doesn't have a date on the can, but was canned, blah, blah, blah. An intelligent embellishment was canned on, and then some dates. Hopefully it's tasting great. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers, Joe. So cheers, Joe. Thanks so much. We'll see. I think the Galaxy Bowl might be the one that was broken, but let's do the broken can first. I think there's one can. It's dripping with beer, and there's a lot of bubble wrap that's just lying on top of the box. But yeah, this is the broken can from, it almost looks like it exploded or something. Look at that. Maybe it's because it was like frozen or something. You can definitely feel that beer has seeped out. It's not like sealed properly. But yeah, this is Galaxy Bowl. Galaxy Hop New England Style Double IPA on 8% by the Hop Butcher. I've never heard of these guys. From Chicago, Illinois. Oh, really cool. Like, oh, well, really cool. I don't know. But I might try and get this open and just try it on my own or something like that, because this would not be a fair review. Because the post people didn't handle it well. But again, not your fault, Joe. It's the post office fault. But more beer is in here. That is intact, it looks like. I could just smell the leakage as soon as I opened the box. So I got a bit scared. But there's a lot of cans. And I know some of them, and a few of them I don't know. I think I know most of them though. But this should be interesting. So this beer here, yeah, this is, how the fuck can they break these? I think really it's because they opened it in customs in Denmark and then didn't pack it back up because this was just lying in there. It wasn't packed in the bubble wrap. But this one I'm really looking forward to because it's a collaboration between an amazing Danish brewery and an amazing US brewery. And this is the Amager Bryghus and Trillium Brewing Company, Sigtebrød. A collab they did with Amager Bryghus when Amager Bryghus was over in the States. So it's a double dry hopped IPA on 6.8%. Sigtebrød is a type of bread made in Denmark. And it's kind of a little spoof on the fact that these hazy IPAs are made with flour. So that's why they called it Sigtebrød. It's something like that. But 6.9%, 8%. Don't know the hops, but I think most of that stuff is going to be online. Oh, and this is just a sticker. I actually can't remember if there are usually stickers on the Trillium cans, but really looking forward to this. And I know that they're going to be doing one, a tweet version or something like that, of that at Amager Bryghus. And like the dates are not, the freshest as they could have been. But again, it got lost. So that's what happens. I hope it keeps up well. Because, canned beer tends to last better than bottled beer. More Trillium beer. Trillium Itty Bitty Goose American Pale Ale from their Small Bird series. Yeah, that's all I know. I think I've seen Joe review this one. I think he's reviewed quite a few of the cans that are here. But yeah, as you see, got a few of those New England juicy beers. So that's awesome. And I mean, the oldest, it's like, I think they're max 2 months old, the oldest cans, like this one. So, I think we're already going to be cracking into some of these tomorrow, actually. Me and some friends. So, yeah, this all went down here where that Hop Butcher beer was. But, oh, nice. This is another Treehouse beer. And this is Treehouse, all that is and all that ever will be. Milk Stout on 6.5%. And I think this one is a tribute, just like in perpetuity, to the couple, I can't remember the name, but the couple behind Trillium. And this is just like the next one in the series, I guess. So that's really cool to get to try that. And also trying some hoppy beer from Treehouse. So that's awesome. Haven't had Treehouse in like a year. So just the fact that I'm going to get to try something again is awesome. You could spot what this can was a mile away. This is a can of Treehouse Green. I'm not going to be reviewing this, but I'm probably going to be doing a battle of beers with this beer and some European hoppy beer. Even though this is going to be older. But I can't, get this as fresh as the European attempt at New England IPA. That's just how it is. But awesome. I mean, Green is one of the best IPAs I've ever had. And like, as people say, like for a year-round beer, it's one of the best made. Yes! This beer survived. Juice Machine by Treehouse. I've been wanting to try this beer ever since I think I saw Joe review it. You can't see the date on this. That sucks. It's smeared. It's like there's like a line, and then you can see 16, and then Ursus Juice. So I don't know. The printer probably fucked up there. But 8.2% double IPA Juice Machine. Joe went nuts over this. I hear from a lot of people this is one of the better Treehouse beers. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome to try. There's a lot of canned New England goodies in this box. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, nice! I think it's... Okay, he couldn't remember what he sent me, actually, I think, when we were talking about they needed fucking perfect descriptions of everything in the box at the post office. But this one was not one I expected. Nice. Another monkish beer. Man, I have like a mountain of bubble wrap over here now. This is a monkish beer. Awesome. This is an Intelligent Embellishment IPA on 6.5%. That's all the info there is there. Oh, I think this is the one you put info about. Yeah. Simcoe Mosaic and Citra Hop. Sounds damn awesome. Yeah, this is one of the, again, a little bit older, but again, the only reason why it's it's the age and all that is because the fucking post office fucked up. Both in the States and Denmark. This is Modern Times Black House Blend Coffee. That's awesome. I actually said to Joe I'd love to try Modern Times, not to Joe, in the review of Black House, that I'd love to try the coffee. And this is the cold brew coffee in a can. This is the exact blend that they use in Black House, just canned. That is really cool. Looking forward to that. I've never had like, maybe I should do a video on this actually. It's not a beer review, but just, you know, see how it is. Just a review or a video, coffee video, because I do love coffee. Or maybe get some kind of stout to pour this into. Cold brew coffee, added that into a stout. Whoa, I might look into that. Oh, this is going to be cool. This is Modern Times Underworld Dreams. Joe loved this. This is like the Modern Times attempt at making a New England IPA, and I think their first attempt at making one. I'm really looking forward to this because Joe loved it because it was like, I think he said like West Coast, but meets the East Coast. So like West and East Coast vibe. Sounds really damn cool. Hopefully you can see me still for all this bubble wrap, but this is another Trillium beer, and this is the Trillium Dialed In Double IPA brewed with Pinot Gris juice. I think this is one of the freshest of the cans. This one was actually a beer Joe wasn't like the biggest fan of, but then I've seen other reviews where people go nuts, and I've also heard people said that it should sit a bit. So this has definitely been sitting a bit in the post, but not too bad. It's like a month old. It's just perfectly fine with me at least when it comes to IPAs. So that is awesome. And we got a controversial beer, the controversial Monkish and Trillium collab, Never and Again, double IPA aged on mangoes. People did not really like this beer at all, and a lot of people said, or I think even Trillium and Monkish themselves said, sit on it, sit on it, sit on it, sit on it. And yeah, hopefully this is going to be better now. Actually, it's not until now that I've actually hold a can in my hand that I realized that the hand is holding a mango. But awesome, that's it. So all the Trillium beers are intact. Actually, I did not know this Treehouse beer was coming, or the Monkish, or the Modern Times, or the Modern Times coffee. I think so far only the one that looks like it was broken was this Galaxy Bowl. Because these 4 Trillium cans and 2 Treehouse cans were the only canned beer from these guys I knew I was getting. So, but the main events that we actually did the trade for were 2 other beers, which should be really nice to try. This is Modern Times, and this is the Modern Times Monster Park Series Special Release Imperial Coffee Stout in bourbon barrels. So this, I think they do Monsters Park and then they do some variations. And this is the bourbon barrel aged edition with coffee. They do tons of variants. I had some of them in at CBC this year, and they were freaking killer. So it was awesome that Joe had some, so I could get to try some more of the Monsters Park beers. But the real main event, a beer that I've been wanting to try ever since I started doing these YouTube beer reviews, is this one. And this was the main beer we traded for. I can't wait, and I'm very glad that it looks like that this is intact, because this is a pretty big whale. Boom. Freaking the Lost Abbey Duck Duck Goose. Yeah, it is time to kick ass. The 2016 release of Duck Duck Goose. I've never had this beer, and it was always on my list of beers to must try. So finally holding one in my hand is really damn awesome. Building style sour ale aged in red wine barrels. It's pretty much their attempt at making a what's it called? A goose. So that's why I took a goose, or goose as some people also call it. But yeah, whew, that's a lot of beer, lots of cans, and a couple bottles, and lots of hoppy beer. So need to get on these ASAP. Either probably tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. But thanks a ton to Joe for this one. Definitely check out his channel out, guys, if you haven't done so already. Pretty sure most of you guys who follow me follow him too. But check him out, guys. Great dude. Did some great reviews. Was awesome enough to send out this beer. Too bad with the broken can. But I think one broken can is pretty damn good compared to the fact that it could have been more. So awesome, awesome stuff. Thanks so much, Joe. I will get your package sorted now that this one is here and get it out to you soon. So stay tuned for reviews of these bad boys, guys. This is going to be lots of New England IPA, so that's awesome. So again, thanks a ton to Joe, and thanks a ton for watching this craft beer unboxing video beer trade thing. And I'm going to say cheers and nothing, and see you guys in reviews of all these beers plus coffee.